I think I could go and be like a beach island guy for at least a couple months, just live on a catamaran in a bay. And I don't know. I think I could do it. It is.
If it wasn't for all the sand, I think I could too.
Yeah. The sand and the sun and the salty water and the
it's really just the sand for me. Just it gets in all your crevices and then you just can't get it out.
You just got to get comfortable with the constant friction there, Daniel. You need a little friction in your life. It makes you smoother, makes you better.
It's true.
Well, howdy, folks. It is May 2021, and I cannot promise this podcast would be worth the wait, but I do apologize that we have not made one in a couple months. I am Chet Garner, your host. Joining me are my co-hosts, Daniel Meese, down in the corner.
Hello.
And Mr. Todd White is back, replacing Lindsay. He's in Mesquite Creek drinking a gentleman's relish, if I am not mistaken.
No, this is a Black Heart horchata.
Okay, horchata porter.
It's always a porter.
Always a porter. Always a porter. All right, guys, let's talk some Texas. So before we get too far in, let's thank our partner again this month. I talk about like a partner, like the sponsor of this, the Daytripper World Headquarters. Like always, we have a coupon set up for y'all. May podcast will get you 15% off of your order. What's most exciting is that our Yeti stuff has officially come in. Via Con Dios Amigos branded Yeti gear. Of course, our store is full of Texas items. The coolers aren't here yet because evidently, like everything else, they are backed up to infinity in some supply chain issue. Maybe they got caught in that boat in the Suez Canal. I have no idea. But 15%, May podcast will get you 15% off. Y'all stop by the Daytripper World Headquarters. Of course, we're open here in Georgetown, but everything is also online. So it is May, and y'all know what that means. This is about the time of year we start shooting again, and we are just a couple weeks out from being back on the road. I personally am excited about it. I don't know how you guys, both of these guys are going with me on my first shoot to, drum roll please, Lake Jackson, Texas. Ta-da!
Lake Jackson.
Oh, wait, I've been planning on Lake Charles. Let me go change everything real quick. Hold on.
Wrong state.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually, maybe in like 80 years when we run out of towns. Lake Jackson, coastal town. It's going to be sweaty and humid, and we're going to talk about fish and alligators like we do in all the coastal towns. So I'm just excited about being back on the road.
And scuba diving.
Yeah.
One of those two.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
that'll be fun.
Daniel, we thought you were getting certified for this one, no?
I would. I don't know if I have enough time. It might take a little bit of time.
We need to get you certified.
I've got 2 weeks. I need to hurry up.
Kicks. Yeah. No, we're currently narrowing down where we're going to eat. There's a bunch of good restaurants in Lake Jackson. So I'm kind of doing a little bit more research, calling some people on the ground. I haven't been able to go to Lake Jackson, so it's always a little stressful when I haven't. I've been there in the past, but we're talking 10 years ago. And so we're heading back, lots of new restaurants. I'm like, okay, I've got a good friend, shout out to Lauren Morrow, who I went to UT with, who was from Lake Jackson. And she's given me all the insight on the ground of places to go, what to avoid, that kind of thing. No.
Nice.
I'm sure it's changed in 10 years, though, Chet. I'm sure it's totally different in 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Lake Jackson. You wouldn't believe the boom going on in Lake Jackson. Everything is different, right? So what have you guys been up to? Daniel?
Oh, man. Well, we have been crazy busy in the office editing away at the last episodes of season 12. It's hard to believe 12 seasons, and we're starting production on season 13. Lucky number 13. I'm going to say it's lucky.
We're going to at least hope it's lucky. We'll find out in a couple weeks when we get a flat tire and, run off in a ditch and get chased by
all those things have already happened. So how much worse could it be?
That's true. That's true.
I'm scared
what
to
if
say
we
that,
lose the footage or something? Oh, that's happened.
Oh, that's already happened.
Have we actually had a flat tire? Because I totally missed that one.
Yes. Actually, it was your fault, Todd.
Yeah.
Nice.
You remember
He's
that.
like, wait, what? See, the only thing was it was flat. we had a flat tire after the shoot that
Yeah.
I had to take the wheel off, take it to Don Hewlett to have them fix it.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Go take the wheel, put it back on. And then they
Yeah.
also told me, why didn't you just bring the car here? And I was like, well, it was a flat tire. I didn't want to mess up the tire. You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, you should have just driven it here if you were close.
That doesn't count.
Anyways.
On the rim.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. Grind the rim out. No, that I felt so bad because Daniel's texting me on a Saturday. We got back late Friday night. He's returning the car. Basically killed his entire Saturday.
Hey,
you're a good man,
these
Daniel
things,
Misi.
they do happen.
Yeah. Someone's got to change the tires that Todd breaks. So I'm just
Cannot
kidding.
believe I got hit up for that. Wow.
Yeah, thrown under the bus with that one.
Wow.
No, we have been though,
Oh.
but it's been fun. New episodes. It's May, so that means new episodes are coming out. We've
Yes, they are.
We've had 2 of them storm the airwaves so far: the Graham, Texas episode and the Texas barbecue road trip episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, got a lot of good feedback on both of those.
Definitely.
Went to Snows, and well, I'll just ask y'all: Snows worth the hype? What do you think?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I was surprised at how many people were there. Like I knew it would be busy, but I had no clue that line was going to wrap around the block, not just the building, but the block.
Yeah.
And that brisket, I easily put that brisket in my top 5, if not higher, maybe top 3.
Sure.
It's when you get up there, it's hard to really say like, this is the best, or this is number 2. I think, anyone who's honest with himself is going to be like, there's things I like or dislike about this or this other place.
Yeah.
But you can easily say like, is this in your top 10? And that one, hands down, it's some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. It was excellent. And I think it is worth the wait. Definitely at least once in your life. If it
Yeah.
If you haven't done it, go do it. And after you do it, maybe if you have some great friends you want to take back with you that can keep you company for a few hours,
Yeah. 4 to 5 few hours. That's an insane amount of time. Crazy.
I was thoroughly impressed with it myself. I thought it was fantastic barbecue. It really, really was.
Todd actually liked the brisket. Kind of.
I did.
And you're not a brisket
really
guy.
Good. I am not a brisket guy, but that was really, really good. I don't know. It's one of those things where you hear about the line, but when you see it in person, it's like, wow, this is impressive.
For sure.
And I think it was longer than a line at Franklin's usually, which is impressive.
Yeah.
'Cause I've heard about those lines. Never
those
had to
lines.
personally wait in one, but I've heard about those lines.
Somehow Todd sneaks in the back door. We don't know how.
Todd's
We
one of
don't
those
know how.
guys who, he just knows all the people. So he can just walk up. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
You get right to the front.
Come on. Hey, buddy, we're so happy you're here. Here's
Oh,
a
man.
porter.
I have
Here's a
a
coffee
feeling-
chocolate pecan porter. Sit down. Have a seat.
At Snows, I don't know that they do too much of that kind of stuff, though. It looked like you're in line, you're going to wait. Unless you get like one of the golden tickets, because that was cool. They had a raffle.
Yeah,
They
the
gave
raffle.
out those tickets and like you could skip
Yeah.
50 people or straight to the front.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All those cool
Mhm.
things. It was neat. It was a good idea.
It was a good vibe. It was like a good familial, almost like a festival vibe going out there.
Yeah, it was.
It
definitely was.
It was cool. Todd, what have you been up to?
Man, I've been working. It's definitely been really, really busy in my world between fashion shoots and did a couple of episodes with the crew during that time as well, and just a ton of commercial projects. So lots and lots of stuff on the plate, which is good.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that's
going to
awesome.
complain.
Yeah, you have been bouncing around like mad. If you follow Todd on Instagram, he's going around like crazy. Hey, I was tagging you on a photo the other day, and I saw a Todd White food photography account.
Yeah,
Is this a whole new thing for you?
It is. I mean, I'm trying to separate the two bits of content that I do. So it's kind of weird when I'm shooting a bunch of fashion and models and stuff, and then I slide a piece of meat in there. It just doesn't work.
Isn't it all meat though, Todd? Really, at the end of the day, somehow.
You know, I'm not even going to answer that.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, and so I like doing food reviews. Daniel's laughing.
Todd.
You know. So okay, so you're trying to differentiate for your people. 'cause
I am.
You do
just a
shoot some
mix.
amazing food photography for us. I know that's not really your bag in general, but when we're
But
on
I'm
the
having
road,
more and more places reach out to me. So I've been doing some stuff with with Nolan Ryan with Good Stock, and I've been working with District 6, and then I did some stuff with John Brotherton recently for a billboard shoot for him. So it just worked out nice to separate that content.
Okay, got it.
And also, Todd doesn't want any of his bad reviews of restaurants to affect his business in the fashion world, you know? So he's got to keep it separate.
Very true.
He reviews something, it's like, whoa. Hold on, fashion completely separate.
Separate, yeah. When he trashes little small mom and pop restaurants in his
worst
Google
brisket
reviews.
ever.
I know. We give him heck for that, but Todd does not hold back when he's reviewing a restaurant. Oh no,
correct.
If they were smart, they'd listen and they'd change these things up. Todd's giving them valuable input.
You know what though? So my posting of a positive review on a restaurant backfired on me the other day. So I love a food truck called The Rice is Right, and they go to Wrench Brewery probably once or twice a month, and it's amazing. It's fantastic food. So I posted that they were going to be there, and I went, and they were there for about 2.5 hours, and when I got there, the guy was like, "It's your fault that you don't have food. You posted that we were going to be here, and it's 2.5 hours into a 6-hour shift, and we are sold out."
Hey, the power that Todd White wields. That's awesome, Todd. They can't be that bad. They got 4 hours of free off that night.
Oh, no, they weren't upset, but it was just funny because I walk up to order and he's like, "Sorry, it's your fault, no food."
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Well, I took a little day trip away from Texas this past month. Went to the Virgin Islands, and that's by far the most meaningful thing that happened in my life.
Rub it in. You're all tanned and everything. I saw you when you came back.
I tried, man. You know, it's always good to get away from Texas, and every time I do, and y'all know how much I love Texas, but like, you know, you step away just to kind of get a little fresh perspective. And oh man, that's a place. Whenever I get old and retired, I'm just gonna move there, I think, you know, or at least for a couple months. I think I could go and be like a beach island guy for at least a couple months, you know, just live on a catamaran in a bay. And I don't know. I think I could do it. It is,
if it wasn't for all the sand, I think I could too.
Yeah. The sand and the sun and the salty water and
it's really just the sand for me. Just, it gets in all your crevices and then you just can't get it out.
You just got to get comfortable with the constant friction there, Daniel. You know, you need a little friction in your life. It makes you smoother, makes you better.
It's true. That natural exfoliant that God gave us.
That's
you gotta love it.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. Well, that's about it from us. Let's see what's been going on in Texas.
While you've been listening to this podcast, lots of stuff's been going on in the Lone Star State. This is Meanwhile in Texas.
Oh, man.
Daniel, you're first.
I've got something crazy that's been going on. Out in Houston, Texas. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that little town. As the Northerners would say, Houston. I think they would say. Yeah. And they would be wrong because this is Texas and we call it Houston.
With a U.
So,
with a Y.
You know, there's only so many places in the world that something like this story could happen, but Houston would be one of them. A Texas guy was free on bond from a murder charge, and he was returned to custody after neighbors found a pet tiger wandering a Houston neighborhood.
Oh, wait, well, hold up. What?
Yeah. So basically, this guy he's back in custody for felony evading arrest. It's just weird story with this guy, and I can't remember how all this works out. It's kind of strange.
And somehow he owned a pet tiger.
He had a pet tiger, and people walked outside in a Houston a suburb, like in a neighborhood. You know, this like it would be normal if it was somewhere else, but still, I mean, this is like next to people's homes in their front yard. And you just see like cell phone footage of a tiger walking around, and people are like, "What is going on?" There's an off-duty sheriff tries to intervene and like help out, and the guy's like, "This is my tiger," and he's like, "I don't care whose tiger it is, get away." And so, well, the crazy thing was, when the officers arrived, this guy put the animal in a Jeep, like a white Jeep Cherokee, and he drove off. And I don't think they know where the tiger is right now.
What? It's still missing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, apparently this guy had monkeys in his house. He had like a lot of crazy things too. So Crazy story.
This
I
is
didn't
the-
hit all the key points of it, but check it out. It's happening as we speak. This is all going down right now. Houston, Texas. Weird news.
That is so strange. The fact that you would just like put your tiger in your Jeep like you would a dog and drive off.
You know?
See ya.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Just
looking
how
right
you
now.
do.
This like if I Google the news story, this is like 5 hours ago, 1 hour ago. Like this is
That's
is,
what I'm saying.
This
It's
is
like
live.
still
This is
happening.
live news. We're making a live podcast right now. Of course, no one's hearing it
Current
because
news.
we gotta
No,
edit
exactly.
it and turn it out. But oh my gosh, this is the Houston version of Tiger King. This is our Houston Tiger King.
And you know, it's people like Tiger King who made stuff like this probably worse. Like nobody should
Yeah.
own a tiger or
No.
keep one as a pet. And
no.
that just kind of made it a little bit more natural. Like, oh yeah, it's people can do that. It's like, no,
Oh, weird. Weird.
they belong in the wild.
That's a mess.
Let's keep-
Yes,
let's keep
they
them in
do.
the wild.
Yeah, they absolutely do. All right, Todd White. What about you?
But first,
Some really strange
Look at
dude
this.
walking around behind you.
all right, so this is a little bit different. This usually isn't a news story, but it could be though, because I'm going to talk about the best fast food tacos list that was released.
Okay.
And there are things on this list that you would not expect. Now think about it. We're in Texas, tacos, breakfast tacos, lunch tacos, crispy tacos. All of
Okay.
these get dropped into categories. So for the breakfast tacos, I anticipate seeing Taco Cabana on there. I grew up on that. I get it. That works out well. But on the breakfast taco list, I did not expect to see Carl's Jr. listed
What?
for tacos.
For
Who
did
did
this
this
wait,
list?
Texas taco list has Carl's Jr. on it?
It does, and this is from Texas Monthly, mind you.
What?
So
Are you sure?
I
Are
am
you sure?
positive they are saying that Carl's Jr.'s goes all out for the breakfast burritos. They are listed in the top 3.
Oh,
This might have
all
been like
right.
a last minute assignment by one of the new interns. to,
Yeah,
hey,
they're
just
like,
get that out.
"Ugh."
And he's like,
Maybe.
Carl's Jr.
Now,
Yeah.
Now, our soft tacos list, this one rings more true, and it goes to more what I would expect. Taco Palenque is on there, Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory, Taco Bueno. Those all sound pretty good. I would expect to see those falling in the list. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
But when you get to your crunchy tacos, the number 1 is Jack in the Box.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm like, Jack in the Box. I mean, what happened to at least pulling in a Texas group like maybe Dairy Queen?
Dairy
That's
Queen.
decent.
I was
Dairy
gonna,
Queen's
yeah.
got
But-
some pretty tasty tacos.
But I'm
They
like,
do.
Jack in the Box? And then
Dude.
you've got Taco Casa and then Taco Bueno. I get those two, but I mean, Carl's Jr. and Jack in the Box make no sense on this list whatsoever.
Dude, when's the last time you ate a Jack in the Box taco, Todd?
It isn't, I don't care. A Yankee must have made this list. I do not care.
There was a time in college where we would
I was
put
at, yes.
we would drop the hammer on those things, and they are delicious. Now they are gut bombs. I think all the meat,
Are
the
you
lettuce,
serious?
and the cheese is all deep fried together.
Yes.
They take-
Yeah, I mean,
they
the
take
taco's
everything.
enclosed.
I don't know
You
if they
can't open it.
that
I
thing
don't
is
know.
sealed shut.
I don't know.
Um,
I mean, when I was in college, which was way back than when you guys were in college, it was Taco Cabana. That was our thing.
Uh-huh.
Bean and cheese tacos. That was the hangover stop off. That was the place to go.
Oh no, I mean Taco C at 2 a.m. always hit
Yeah.
the spot.
Mhm.
But Taco C would also set you back a few bucks in college versus Jack in the Box. I think it was 2 tacos for $1, wasn't
That's
it?
true.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, you kind of have to question things too, though. All the prices have gone up across the board, every place
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Mhm.
But for some reason,
Yep.
Jack in the Box still has 2 for $1 on those tacos.
Are they still the same price?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure they
wow.
are, and that makes you question
Wow.
quite a bit.
No, they're not using actual meat anymore.
I don't
There's
know what
some,
kind of meat
some
that is.
chemically meat-like product.
And I'm
It's
not going to
meat-like,
say
yes.
I'm not going to say they're the best, but Taco Bell didn't even make the list.
They didn't make the list at all.
Wait, who made this
No.
list?
Texas
Texas-
Monthly.
Texas
Really?
Monthly.
Really interesting.
This is interesting.
Listen, guys,
Wow.
we're going to link the list in the show notes so that y'all can see it and let the debate begin. I'm kind of curious to see what the rest of the list is made up of.
Yeah, I got to see this.
So anyway, for my news story, we have a brand new Texan here, and I would all like us, as y'all know, during the pandemic, we have had this rush. It's like a land grab, like a celebrity land grab in Texas of all these big celebrities leaving the city to come and live in the great Lone Star State. And if y'all know who they are, Elon Musk is now a Texan. Joe Rogan is now a Texan.
Yep.
I knew James Vanderbeek, Varsity Blues. What's his name in Varsity Blues? Help me, I'm blanking on it. Johnny Moxon.
Oh, yeah.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, it is Johnny, right?
It's Johnny. I know.
Yeah. And James Marsden was a Texan. I learned that doing this research. But now let us all welcome, not to Austin. A lot of these guys are moving to Austin. This guy moved to Houston, which might give you an idea of the type of genre he has.
The Tigers.
Welcome 50 Cent, ladies and gentlemen, is now a Texan.
50 Cent.
A.K.A. Curtis
I thought
Jackson.
he already was. For some reason, I thought he lived in Houston.
Oh, really? No, he does now.
Okay.
Maybe you dreamed it and it manifested, Daniel.
You know, a lot of really good artists, like Grammy award-winning artists, for some reason they live in Houston.
There's a lot.
You know,
I mean,
I know there's a lot.
There is a robust rap scene in Houston and nightclub scene and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe 50 is wants to work around his house a little bit and go and, do some little local touring.
Maybe he's going to work with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah. B. So Houston,
Queen
she's
B.
a Houstonite. I doubt she's been to Houston for a while though. She's gotten a little bougie for the Lone Star State. I don't know.
She can never get too, you don't get
Yeah,
too
but I mean,
bougie for
she's
Texas.
still Queen Bee, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if she's still carrying hot sauce in her bag like she used to, So but anyway, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, he says that he has run away from New York or Los Angeles because of the taxes,
I believe it.
You come to Lone Star State. We
can
let
come here.
Keep them dollars. Yeah, man.
It always
Just,
cracks me up to
Keep
to
the
hear
politics
their,
in California.
It always cracks me up to hear their real names as opposed to their stage names, because I'm a little disappointed that it's Curtis Jackson.
Yeah. Well, and Snoop Dogg is what? Calvin Johnson or Calvin? What is his name? They all have very like astute normal names when you know them just as P. Diddy or whatever.
It's Calvin Cordozar Broadus Jr.
Calvin Broadus, that's it.
Calvin Broadus Jr.
Yeah, Calvin Broadus Jr. That would be good trivia. Name their legal name. I'll say their legal name. You got to tell us their rap name. That'd be a pretty fun little exercise right there.
We'll try that next time.
Yeah, yeah, we will. All right, moving into the Texas Music Minute. I've got an artist that a lot of people now are calling the next big thing, the next big sound of Texas country music. And he's a little bit non-traditional. He's traditional country, but when you hear of like a Parker McCollum, who we've covered before, and you go, okay, these guys are making popular country music. This dude is making kind of an old school sort of music, but he's only 30 years old. His name is Joshua Ray Walker. He started touring when he was in his late teens, and since that time, he's done 250 gigs a year, backing up other bands and touring by himself. He's an interesting looking guy. You'll hear his voice, and then you look at him. I mean, he's a bigger fella, but he's got this voice that, if you read the testimonials that are online, has floored music artist after music artist just because it's so clear. He's a really good artist storyteller. He's based in Dallas, played a lot in Deep Ellum. He grew up in the east area of Dallas. And so I want to play for you guys his what is maybe his breakthrough single called Voices. Y'all give it up. Joshua Ray Walker. I like the song. It is a little sad, but it gets happier.
Oh, it's a sad one.
I know. He's a troubadour. Daniel, he's a troubadour.
Hey, where's my Kleenexes?
Oh, I got a tear in my beer. We're good.
I stare at my reflection through the bottles behind the bar. I didn't know hate could feel this good behind the wheel of a car. I put this truck in neutral, let it roll into the lake. First I'll finish finish off this bottle so it looks like a mistake. A holy name strengthens the beast. Be lucky if you're in one piece. Holy name strengthens the beast. Oh Lord, please give me
What a voice.
Yeah. And when he throws it into the falsetto, I want to go. I'm right now looking to see where I can see him in person because I can't wait. I think he does a lot more touring up in the DFW area than he does down here in the Austin area. But
Yeah, that's great.
I'm gonna hunt him down and find him. And you know, you hear a sort of a clarity in his words. You know, he's not mumbling his words. You don't have to see the lyrics. You can hear him.
Yeah.
And he's telling stories, which I like. And he's already been a touring musician for a decade, and he's only 30 years old. So
Crazy.
I think he's got some stories to tell on his own. So y'all look him up, Joshua Ray Walker. Give him a listen, and I think you're going to be hearing a lot more about him in the coming years. So that's the Texas Music Minute, folks. As we jump into the next section, we should acknowledge that Lindsay is not with us, and this is a sad thing. Not that I don't. Yeah, a moment of silence for our.
She's
for our
not
dear Lindsay.
not with us. She's not with us.
No. Yeah, no, she did not die.
Let's
She
hold
did
on
not
a second
die.
here. I'll have to call her and be like, hold on.
Yeah.
This isn't. No. Okay.
We're gonna start rumors this way. We know we are.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lindsay, for the longest time, was a phenomenal co-host on the podcast. We hope we'll get her back someday. But, you know, she worked with us here in Georgetown. She has chosen to move back home to be closer to her family in the DFW area. Her sister moved back home during the pandemic from New York, and so she wants to be with them. And we support her all the way. But we do miss her, you know. And when I was putting together the podcast, I was like, oh, dang, now I have to read my own questions? This stinks. Because she would read them. But anyway, regardless, we got some good ones from y'all. Let's jump to the next section.
Are we there yet?
Hey, can you pass me the snacks?
When are we gonna stop? I gotta go.
All right, so this question comes from Barbara H. in San Antonio, Texas. I know the answer to this, but I wonder
San
what
Antonio.
y'all's thoughts are. Where are the best barbecued crabs? Well, yeah.
What? That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. No, seeing that there's only like 2 restaurants in America that serve barbecue crabs, at least the Texas way. The Schooner in Port Arthur, Texas. Texas. That's got to be where you go.
I would think. There's a place in Galveston.
They're seasonal only, Daniel. Seasonal only.
Yeah.
So barbecue crabs
tough.
are one of those
barbecue
things.
Crabs, Port Arthur.
They're a totally geographically limited food dish that we have here in Texas. So if you want barbecue crabs, you better go to Jefferson County. That's the only place you'll find them, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So they're, you know, and a lot of the old stalwarts have closed down. So the Schooner is by far your best bet. All right, here's another question. This came from Tammy here in Georgetown. She says, what about a trip to a senior puppy sanctuary? I know you've probably seen some write-ups. She said, I wanted to put it on your list and see if you would come to Bertram. We have a lot of things going in Bertram. Flanagan's Texas Distillery and Winery. They've got the Oatmeal Festival, of course. There's an old theater that's being restored. But she mostly wanted to invite us out to the Living Grace Canine Ranch, a sanctuary for senior puppies. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm super happy that senior puppies have a place to go, but it kind of sounds like one of the saddest places on earth.
A little bit. So this is like a retirement community.
It's a
for
retirement
old dogs.
community for old dogs. And as old dogs do, I imagine that they bury a lot of dogs like on the regular. So it's probably
Like a literal
eventually-
pasture.
Yeah,
They put
them
out
to pasture. Oh
pasture.
no.
Mhm.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. And then why?
Wow.
Who's abandoning their old dogs? Why do we
That's
even
also
need,
sad.
Why do we need a place like this? Why do, these dogs had homes and now they're living in a ranch?
Because it's normal to put grandma in a home, but a dog?
Wow.
Oh no. Todd, you're the person who just went through aging dogs. Did you ever at any point think I'm going to abandon these dogs and send them to a retirement community?
Nope, never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, I didn't even know these things existed.
Me neither.
See,
Me neither.
okay. Let's see. Dedicated to saving, serving, and valuing the lives of displaced, unadoptable, and unwanted senior canines. So maybe they're taking these out of homes so that they can, or shelters,
Probably taking them out of
Maybe
shelters.
shelters.
before they get euthanized.
That makes sense. Yeah, so we actually just adopted a 10-month-old Schnauzer.
What?
We
What?
did. And we got him from the Williamson County shelter. And while we were there, it was very sad. There were a lot of dogs that we really would have liked to have, but being 10, 11 years old for a dog,
Yeah.
it's a tough decision. You got to be really invested because they've already got, medications they have to take on the daily. You have no relationship with this dog yet, but it's like, it's tough. You got to be a special person. So props to them in Bertram, Texas. It takes somebody with a special heart.
That's true. It does take someone
heart.
with a special heart. Very, very special heart to love on these pups. I guess maybe we will go to a sanctuary. So next question comes from Chris A in San Antonio. He wanted to know this about me, but I also want to know about you. He said, what are Chet's favorite sports teams for every sport? All right. I thought that was kind of fun. I guess.
What's your favorite cricket team?
Yeah, no.
Field hockey.
Field hockey. My favorite polo team. All right, so I'll answer the big ones. Football, Cowboys. Baseball, it's the Astros.
Okay.
Basketball, it's the Spurs. And so just right there, I've geographically diversified myself.
Yeah, you didn't go with like the Mavs on that one.
And then hockey, it's the Mighty Ducks for sure. Mighty Ducks. That's
Where are the Mighty Ducks based out of?
Emilio Estevez is still their coach. They're based out of somewhere in the Northwest, I believe.
In Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't like brisket. I don't do sports. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to say
Todd
the
doesn't realize this
Stars,
is a joke.
No. But there was, though, didn't an actual NHL team spin out of the Mighty
The
Ducks?
Dallas Stars. Oh,
No, but
yes.
There was one.
Yes.
It's not still around, though, is it?
That's not a Texas team, though.
No, it's not a Texas team. But I don't think he was necessarily asking my favorite Texas team.
Oh,
But there was
well,
a Mighty Ducks professional hockey team. It was
Yes.
the Anaheim Ducks.
Anaheim Ducks.
They're still around.
I don't know if
Okay, they
call them
are.
Mighty
Look at
Ducks.
that. No.
The Anaheim Ducks.
Yep, they're still around. I remember that kind of spun out of Disney. I mean, Anaheim is where Disneyland is based and all the Disney stuff. So they
See, I know more than you think I do.
yeah. So Daniel, what about you? Favorite sports teams and all of them?
Well, I have to ask you real quick though, on behalf of this listener. I need to know your favorite college football team, Chet.
Well, there can only be one, and it's the University of Texas Longhorns.
All right.
Hook them. Now I do cheer for my Baylor Bears as well, but primary loyalties by far.
There you
University of
go.
Texas.
We'll accept that answer
That's right.
since you did go to both schools.
I did.
I
And
understand
all the Aggies just hit stop.
Yep, we're getting canceled by the Aggies. That's okay. All right, Daniel, what about you?
Well, here's the deal. I'm a little bit all over the board here because I married into a family that has family ties up in the Boston, Massachusetts area. So professional football, I mean, our house is a little divided. We do like rooting for the Cowboys because we live in Texas, but am I a huge Cowboys fan? Not really. I hate to say that. We watch Patriots games.
Oh no,
and,
the Pats. The Pats.
Yeah, New England. And then on top of that, Boston Red Sox, same deal there.
Boston.
I
Red
adopted
Sox.
one of our daughters from Chicago, and I've always been a closet Chicago Cubs fan.
Okay.
So that's a little strange too.
That is. Yes, it is.
Now have I been to a bunch of Rangers and Astros games? Absolutely. Do I cheer for them? Yes. But I'm not hardcore into professional sports. We are a huge college sports family. And we support our Longhorns 100%. We bleed orange. Always been a Longhorns fan. And even if they let me down continually, I will continue to cheer for them.
Keep going. Keep rocking.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you know you're a real fan, whenever you continue to show up and cheer for a team that is not doing the way you want them to.
Even when they're in the toilet. No bandwagon fans.
Yes.
No bandwagon fans. Todd, I'm just going to ask you, just pretend like you have a favorite team based on color scheme or mascot. Who's your favorite sports team?
Name an animal.
Yeah, just pick a random animal.
I guess I'll say the Cowboys because it's the Texan thing to say, though I don't ever
Can't
watch
go wrong.
them.
Yeah.
So,
That's fine.
I'll say
That's
that.
fine.
San Antonio's my hometown, so I'll say the Spurs because why not?
Okay.
There you go.
Fair enough.
And baseball, I have no clue who any of the teams. Oh wait, the Rangers.
There you
Are they
go.
Still around?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll say the Rangers.
Rock and roll.
I've heard that name before.
Rock and roll. All right.
And then
awesome.
wait, we got something in Austin. What was the thing we got in Austin that's a big deal?
Oh, FC.
What's
that
sport with the
whatever that
the
is.
ball that they kick?
Foosball. It's the foosball.
It's the foosball.
Hey, hold on.
I guess by
did
default,
play-
Austin FC is my favorite soccer team, although I haven't watched them play yet.
I did play soccer in high school and for college, for part of college. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right.
So,
All
okay,
right,
cool. All right, so this section, fan rants and musings. We've got some fun ones.
Hey, Day Tripper, I got a bone to pick with you. Oh my goodness, it's the Day Tripper. We love your show.
This one comes from Brian D. in Fort Worth, Texas. I'll read it to you. Hey, big fan, love your show. The segment on Graham, Texas, you showed it being west of Dallas. Dallas! All caps, question marks. Chet, it's west of Fort Worth. Don't diminish Fort Worth. Keep that in mind, Chet. Regards, Brian D. from Fort Worth. Sorry, Brian.
Did we say
didn't
Dallas
get you.
or did we say DFW?
No, I think the voiceover says DFW, but here's the truth on that one. Carl, our animator, kind of finished up all the maps, and they all labeled where things were from Dallas, and so I just kind of went with it, and it had a big Dallas skyline on it, and it was like, okay, yeah. But the voiceover is like kind of west of DFW, but what you see on the map, big Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah. Big Dallas.
I got to break the news to Carl. He's fired. So wonderful.
Sorry.
Wonderful.
All right. I think he quit before he could be fired, and that's okay. No, Carl, another one of the team members of ours, to say, did a little soul searching during the pandemic and is moved out of the Lone Star State. So we wish him luck for sure. All right, here
Even
we
Texas,
go.
you're going to need it.
Another one, and this piggybacks off of something Todd said, although he probably doesn't remember it because I doubt he's watched the Graham show yet. But this said, watching the Graham episode, you can put cheese. Okay, let me give it a little setup.
Here we go.
We're talking about graham crackers and whether or not a graham cracker qualifies as a cracker or a cookie. And I said, I think it's probably more like a cookie because you've got to be able to put cheese on a cracker and you're not putting cheese on a graham cracker. And Todd in the back's like, sure, you can put easy cheese on a graham cracker. Sounds delicious. Like, that is disgusting, Todd. Absolutely disgusting. And so here was his comment. He says this: you can put cheese on a graham cracker, cream cheese for cheesecake. So that can't be your definition of a cookie or cracker. And as far as desserts with graham cracker, I think cheesecake has to be the number one. So, okay. All right. Okay. So,
Thank you. They had my back.
I mean,
I appreciate
cream
that.
cheese on a graham cracker, but does
Yes.
that qualify it as a cracker above a cookie? I'm still gonna go no. I think it's more.
I say cookie.
And
I'm
then
glad that person elevated that because I was just thinking of like, cheese whiz
Yeah.
squirted on it, but whatever.
this is my favorite one. This comes from a guy in this comes from Jade and Doug D from Wisconsin. He said this: "Hey, I am not from Texas, but the best Texas eats I have ever had is what the Texas Roadhouse in New Berlin, Wisconsin is serving. Not only are the people nice and respectful, but their barbecue was the best I've ever tasted. Just giving you a heads up if you want to check out the Texas Roadhouse in New Berlin, Wisconsin."
Wow.
Hey,
Thank you for your input, but no thank you. You can leave.
hey, we can go. We got Texas Roadhouses here. I mean, maybe we should make a road trip.
That one could
This
be different though.
This
you know?
one is
like
I'm guessing what he's talking about is he's probably not that well versed in Texas food, and so when you go to a Texas Roadhouse, it could be pretty life changing. Now you come to the real Texas, we'll show you how it's really done. Texas Roadhouse is but a shadow, my friend, but a shadow.
well, you need to write him back and tell him if he wants some good tacos. Apparently, he can go to Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. That's right.
I mean, saying that Texas Roadhouse is good barbecue is like saying that Taco Bell is really a good gauge of true Tex-Mex food. It just doesn't hold any water.
That's true. That's true. But I am appreciative of a note from Wisconsin that people are watching the show. So that's awesome. Thanks, Jade.
That's
and Doug.
nice.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up the podcast for this month. Y'all remember to use May Podcast as the coupon for 15% off inside of our store. Our new Yeti stuff is up online. Y'all go and check that out. And thank y'all very much for joining us here as we talk some Texas. We will see y'all next month.
Cheers.
Bye. See you later.
Adios, amigos.